the creative genius. He's a madman, a Byronic hero, a hallucinogenic substance abuser. He never sleeps, only works, non-stop working while drowning in his own elusive madness. Wrong. Oh, so utterly wrong. Granted that yes, a few creative geniuses do follow this regimen, but honestly they've settled for the lesser of two good. Turns out you don't need drugs or madness to reach the pinnacle of your creative, productive potential. And here's how. Action planning. For example, when I need to be insanely productive, I make action plans. Basically, planning primes your brain to work on something in a given time interval. You don't have to think about what to do. You've planned it. And you don't need to be swallowed in a kind of panic frenzy, wasting your time contemplating how busy you are and what you need to do next. Everything is planned. But the catch is not to overschedule, because you have to account for all the inefficiencies brought by life. Breathing breaks, bathroom breaks, family home calls, unexpected interruptions, or things that go askew in your current project goals. So what I usually do is estimate how long it'll take me to do something. Let's say I think that filming a video would take me an hour, then I add 25% to that. So it'll actually take me getting my camera, my lighting, my setting, and my face ready an hour and 15 minutes. In my experience, I cannot do anything without scheduling. I become way too lazy and automatically default to procrastination. Take breaks and schedule free time. You will fail if you don't take breaks. Without breaks, you are sacrificing your mental health and physical strength. Not taking breaks is like riding the road to burnout. There are two methods you might like. Taking 10-minute breaks after 50-minute work chunks, which is what I tend to do if the project is smaller, or you can take a 15 to 20 minute break after 1.5-hour work chunks, which is what I recommend if the project is bigger. But one might work for you and the other might not. Best to experiment with yourself. It's a bit paradoxical to schedule free time, but this is essential. If you want ideas, you're gonna have to give your mind the freedom to wander. This is how Google is so productive. They're highly encouraged by their bosses to take 20% of their day devoted just to free time. It's brilliant, and that's where Google News, Google AdSense, and Gmail all come from. Waking up early, and I mean before sunrise early. I'd recommend 4:30 if you're planning on working more than 12 hours in one day. Here's an overview of the daily routines of renowned geniuses. You can see how nearly all of them were early risers. You probably notice that you work best and your discipline is greatest a few hours after you wake. Further, at 4:30 in the morning, no one in God's name is awake. You have more willpower, less distraction, and a more goal-oriented mindset when you set your internal clock to early bird. Exercise! There's just something about being surrounded by nature and your own thoughts. It simply turns the world into a luscious fountain of pouring ideas. In fact, a lot of the world's most influential people were known for their ability to take really long walks. Charles Dickens was known for taking 3-hour walks every day, and what he observed became elemental in his writing. Tchaikovsky's walks had to be exactly 2 hours, and if they're 1 minute less, that would be an insult to his health. Beethoven, upon lunch, went immediately for his daily walk, carrying a pencil and notebook for any strokes of inspiration. And if you're considering drugging yourself for any reason to become more creative, more productive, don't. Don't, because the best drug you'll ever know is exercise. A place for everything. You sleep on your bed, you work on your desk, you meditate in that room. Having a place for everything signals your brain into action, because your mind is aware that this given place is only for one specific action. Therefore, your brain wanders less and distractions are less likely to be reacted upon. On another note, get rid of your phone and your TV. Here's my desk. I don't do anything here but work, and I highly recommend keeping all things you may need while working near you so you don't have to waste time looking for something, plus less distraction. Keep everything clean. The more clean you are, the more organized you tend to be, and the more efficiently tasks are accomplished. Cleanliness is simply necessary for sanity. If you want to feel like your life is falling apart, then just stop cleaning. Studies have shown that the hygienic level of your house is a clear predictor of your mental health. So if you want to reach heights you never thought possible, start by cleaning. Vegetarianism. For one, keeping a healthy diet free of animal products fosters an overwhelming sense of compassion within you and awareness, a greater care for others, for animals, for the earth, and especially yourself. Vegetarianism brings peace within you, a divinity, a freedom from the addictive fats and sugars and salts of processed food. No toxins or genetically modified chickens who can't even walk because their breasts, and this is apparently a good thing, are too fat. Vegetarianism gives you a control over your body. Take this. It's really surprising to see how many of the world's geniuses were vegetarians. Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Gandhi, friggin' Isaac Newton, Van Gogh, Mark Twain, Benjamin Franklin, Leo Tolstoy, Steve Jobs, and I hope this one wins you, Ellen DeGeneres. Meditation or mindfulness. It's simple. Meditation is medicine. It calms the overactive mind. It further increases your satisfaction with existence. It fulfills spiritual desire and improves performance in that and grants your body control over your mind. You aren't plagued by your inabilities because you can control them, you can rationalize them. You can resist urges and make more logical decisions. Meditation, it just makes this crazy information-ridden world seem so Simple. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting basically consists of eating in a given time window. Again, like meditation, fasting fosters control over your mind and body. It lowers your chances of neurodegenerative disease and boosts cognitive performance by increasing your levels of a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which prevents stressed neurons from dying. And lastly, intermittent fasting simply lowers the amount of time you spend eating, the amount of time you spend thinking about food, and the amount of time you spend planning your food. And the slight hunger that comes with that increases focus, because our body knows that when hunger strikes, it's time to do some scavenging and hunting. But instead of helplessly scavenging or intensely hunting, you spend your time doing some productive work. Coffee, the only drug you should allow yourself. Sleep. Sleep enough, but not too much. Sleep is essential. I mean, it's not an option. The less sleep you get, the less productive you are. Loss of sleep makes you more likely to mess up and do something incompletely, impairs judgment and decision making. And above that, not getting enough sleep is pretty much playing with your health. And now to the last point, limit your social activities and read. The first one is obvious. And reading, I mean, I would argue it's as important as sleep. First off, it like warns off Alzheimer's disease and dementia. And upon that, teaches you knowledge and skills you didn't know before. And increases concentration, focus, memory, and vocabulary. And then it's amazing. It feels great. It's relaxation. Good luck in your creative, productive endeavors. I'll see you next time.